Hi there, this is Juliette again. So for our video challenge, we have to do our videos for 1.5 minutes, which is fantastic. And but that just wasn't enough. I needed to continue, or wanted to continue talking about the theme for the video. So here, I just wanted to show you this. This is my one of my back to yoga books. I got this from India when I travelled in India. It's very small, which is fantastic because it doesn't weigh much, so you can add it to your luggage and it doesn't take up much weight. But it's also really fantastic. You know, I can go back to it again and again and read bits from it, and I get so much. And for the challenge, we're asked to vibe up before we do our videos. So one of the ways I like to do that is by reading a little bit from one of my spiritual books, or they're not necessarily all spiritual, but you know, yoga, meditation, I guess they are quite spiritual, personal development books, something that really uplifts me or gets me thinking about my life and how I can continue to empower myself and others to live a happy and loving life. And that all sounds very flowery and hippie, but you know, that's who I am. And that's one of the themes, well, the theme for this video is about how we edit ourselves. And I used to edit myself a lot more. I must admit that working on a lot of the things that I do with my yoga and meditation and my personal development, my spiritual path, I edit myself a lot less than I used to. Still, you know, not perfect, even though that's one of my beliefs, my perfectionist belief. I'm not perfect. However, I have learned a great deal. And in fact, I remember one of the things that a speaker told me. I can't remember who it was, so I apologise if this is you listening and watching to this, then maybe you know. But they said to me, when you're doing a speaking event and if you feel nervous, you know, which I still feel nervous, it doesn't take it all away, but if you to think about this before you go on stage or before you speak in public or work with a client, they said it's not about you. And it's very selfish to think it is about you. What they meant by that was that when you go on stage and speak in front of people in public, or when you are when you're working with a client, we often have, or I had those thoughts, you know, what will people think of me? What will they think how I look? Will I sound okay? Will I sound professional? Will people think I look stupid? All of those kind of the monkey brain, the monkey head talks, you know, the thoughts that come into our mind. And what the speaker said was, it's not about you. So in other words, it's not about all those thoughts that come up into your head. That's not what it's about. It's actually about how you can serve the audience that you're speaking to, how you can serve the client that you're working with. That doesn't mean you have to like not wash and look really scruffy, of course. That would be disgusting. So you know, still have a shower and stuff before you go and do a talk. But it is about realizing that there are going to be people who like you and there are going to be people that hate you. I remember someone said, you know, look at Lady Gaga's YouTube videos. They've got like thousands or millions of unlikes, but they've also got billions and billions of likes. So there will be people that like you, there will be people that don't like you, and that's fine. That's not a problem. As somebody said to me once, I love coming up with these things that people say to me because they're great. They said, everyone has opinions and they're like armpits. They all stink. So yeah, everyone will have their opinion of you, but if you can be there on stage or in front of that client and do your thing, whatever your thing is, you know, whatever it is that you're sharing, whatever is your message, whatever work that you do with people, if you can do your thing and you can be there to serve those people in front of you and give them what it is, you know, and then those who are ready, those who are open and willing to listen and to learn, those who are ready to take that message will. And you can't force it, you can't make them. They say, you know, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So you can serve that message, and then those who are ready will receive it. It's not your job to force everyone in your audience to take on that message. And that's a bit what this Back to Yoga was talking about. It was actually talking about karma yoga. One of the things it was talking about was karma yoga, and how we're here. You know, karma yoga is all about serving people, and it's like selfless service. So you're not even focused on the fruits of your action, which means down to a simple thank you. So quite often, you know, we do something and we want to receive a thank you, or at least I I like to receive a thank you, but you're not always going to. And Back to Yoga is about seeing God in everyone, or seeing spirit, you know, in everyone, seeing that light in everyone, and not expecting even a thank you, whether it's, you know, a gift, or but even down to a simple thank you, not expecting that from what you give, or praise. Now that can be very challenging, but it works, and it helps you to be a better person, and helps you, it lessens the suffering actually as well. It lessens the suffering because it's when we have an expectation and that expectation is then thwarted. So for example, if we have an expectation that we do something and then we expect a thank you, if we don't get that thank you, we can get very upset, and that can cause us a lot of suffering. So coming back to the theme, which is how do we edit ourselves. One of the ways that I edit myself, I notice, is that I like for people to like me. I like to be a nice person, a good person. And I think that might come from my childhood, where I had a bit of a tumultuous childhood, and there was some fighting and some arguing, and my dad used to hit my mum, unfortunately. And I think trying to keep everyone happy and not make a disturbance, I kind of I like to be nice to people and keep everyone happy. And I think that then my idea was that then that will stop any kind of upsets and interruptions, and everyone will just be okay and get along and be happy and lovely. So maybe you want to take this video and think about that for yourself. You know, how is it that you edit yourself when you're in front of people? What are the ways that you edit yourself, and maybe hide the true you, who you are. So I'm not saying that I'm not a nice person, because of course I am a nice person. but yeah, anyway. Thank you for listening, and have a lovely day. This is Juliette signing off on the High Frequency 30-Day Video Challenge. Goodbye.